Satyavan is describing how he has been living in this forest world, and he continues, in the great tapestried chambers of her state, free in her boundless palace I have dwelt, of the earth, tapestried chambers, decorated rooms by the trees and the forests, free in her boundless palace I have dwelt. Human palaces have walls, but here the natural palace has no walls. Indulged by the warm mother of us all, reared with my natural brothers in her house. Natural brothers, the birds and the animals roaming in the forest. I lay in the wide, bare embrace of heaven. No roof to stand between heaven and him. The sunlight's radiant blessing clasped my brow. Direct sunlight falling on his brow. The moonbeams, silver ecstasy at night, kissed my dim lids to sleep. He is put to sleep by the moonbeams which bring silvery ecstasy. And next morning, earth's morns were mine. He enjoyed the mornings of the earth, lured by faint murmurings, with the green-robed hours, forests. Faint murmurings, maybe the birds, maybe the winds. I wandered lost in woods, prone to the voice of winds and waters, partner of the sun's joy, a listener to the universal speech, not to the speech of the humans alone, but to the speech of the denizens of the forest, the stream, the winds. My spirit satisfied within me knew. My spirit satisfied within me knew God-like our birthright. My soul knew of its birthright to share luxuried our life, whose close belongings are the earth and skies. Our personal belongings are the earth and the skies, and our luxury spreads between the two. Now he says some important statement, that before he entered the forest, he had a subtle awakening by which he got insight into the subtler worlds, and a sense awakened in him of looking beyond the appearances and seeing the soul behind the shape. Now that awakening continued and helped him to identify himself with the life in the forest, understanding things in a different way than one normally does. Now here he says, before fate led me into this emerald world, emerald is green of the forest, aroused by some foreshadowing touch within, some touch inside, presaging what is to happen, arouses certain faculties in him. An early prescience in my mind, an early intuitive presentiment approached the great dumb animal consciousness of earth, a faculty in his mind. Approached means arrived at a certain identity with the consciousness of the earth at the level of animals. And now that consciousness, now grown so close to me, who have left old pomps to live in this grandiose murmur, dim and vast, I was prepared by an inner awakening to enter into the spirit of this great emerald world, as if to a deeper country of the soul. This is describing his pre-forest experience, as if to a deeper country of the soul, transposing the vivid imagery of earth, when he was given entry into the depths of the soul, which reflected the imagery of the earth through an inner seeing and sense, awakening came. I got awakening into the animal consciousness of earth and the imagery of earth. And that a vision spell, the spell that was cast at that time, pursued my boyhood's hours. All things the eye had caught in colored lines, everything that my eye could see in different colors and different shapes, externally, were seen anew through the interpreting mind. My mind interpreted every physical object or event in a different sense, and in the shape it sought to seize the soul. It tried to reach the soul behind the appearance of everything. That was the effect of the inner awakening, which I experienced even before I entered into the forest world. And more, by the time he came here into the forest, an early childhood god took my hand at held. A companion Godhead held my hand, moved, guided by the seeking of his touch, and by his touch, under his guidance, bright forms and hues which fled across his sight, every form, every color which passed across his sight, limned upon page and stone, they spoke to men. They were engraved on page, writing, and on stone. And in this language of colors and forms, they communed with men. And Satyavan got an inkling into this communion because a child God guided him through. high beauty's visitants my inmates were. Impacts of great beauty, maybe among the birds and animals or in the plants of the mountains. They were my inmates. They were my colleagues and companions. The neighing pride of rapid life that roams. The rapid life is compared to a horse. Neighing, it exults in joy, and that life roams wide-maned through our pastures, wind-maned. Mane, that is the hair on the neck of the horse. Of this rapid life, the mane is the wind, the storm. Through our pastures, on my seeing mood, cast shapes of swiftness. Rapid life, running through the forest, cast different shapes, different images on my seeing mood, on my contemplating mood. Trooping spotted deer, a deer which had spots, which was running against the vesper sky, against the evening sky, became a song. The rapid movement of a deer, full of spots, running across the evening sky, had the effect of a song. Became a song of evening to the silence of the soul. It was as if the evening sang an ode to the soul in the form of the running deer. I caught for some eternal eye the sudden kingfisher flashing to the darkling pool. Kingfisher, a kind of fish, suddenly appears in a darkish pool, and it gives an impression of the eternal eye, the eye of the kingfisher. Similarly, a slow swan silvering the azure lake, a swan, white swan, sailing in the bluish lake, creates a shape of magic whiteness on the blue background. This white crane creates a magic whiteness, sailed to dream. It creates a dream to him. It is so beautiful that he feels he is dreaming. Leaves trembling with the passion of the wind, and wandering wings nearing from infinity, lived on the tablets of my inner sight. Leaves of trees, vibrating with the intensity of the wind, and wandering wings. The birds shake the leaves as if they have come from infinity. Now those pictures, that image, lived on the tablets on the surface of my inner sight. The outer sight watches, but the images continue in the inner sight. Mountains and trees stood there like thoughts from God, steady, fixed, standing all the time. Mountains and trees, they don't move, like thoughts from God. Pranked butterflies, the conscious flowers of air. Now butterflies, sportive, playful, he calls them the conscious flowers of air. They fly. The brilliant long bills in their vivid dress, the long birds, The peacock scattering on the breeze his moons, the dancing peacock scattering in the breeze his moons, his delights, painted my memory like a frescoed wall. My memory became full of these images, as if they were frescoes on a wall. I carved my vision out of wood and stone. That is, my sight was full of things etched on the wood, etched on the stone. I caught the echoes of a word supreme, a divine word, and meted the rhythm beats of infinity. As he hears the echoes, he catches the meters which are the rhythm beats of infinity. The infinity beats in a certain rhythm, and that rhythm is the meter, which our human meters try to approximate to, and listen through music for the eternal voice. Whatever music he hears, whether it be the music of the birds or of the winds, through the music he tries to hear the eternal voice, the voice of God. I felt a covert touch. I felt some touch, but not openly visible. I heard a call, but could not grasp the body of my God. I had all these experiences. I felt a presence, I felt a touch, I heard a voice, but I could not clasp the body of my God or hold between my hands the world mother's feet. That experience was denied to him. He could not hold God in his clasp, nor could he hold the feet of the world mother in his hands. In men I met strange portions of a self that sought for fragments and in fragments lived. There is one self that distributes itself in so many fragments, and it searches for its fragments everywhere, tries to unite. And so he says, in men I met strange portions of a self that sought for fragments and in fragments lived. That is, I experienced the presence of one self in the different people, each of whom is a fragment of one self. But, he says, each lived in himself and for himself alone. Each person lived within himself and for himself alone. He didn't bother about the self, same self, embodied in other persons, and with the rest join only fleeting ties. Each person joins himself to others by temporary ties, ties of interest. Each passioned over his surface joy and grief. Each person lost himself in his surface joy and grief. He didn't realize that they were passing things, nor saw the eternal in his secret house. Nobody sees the eternal Godhead in his own secret house. I converse with nature, muse with changeless stars, God's watchfires burning in the ignorant night. Stars he describes as watchfires of God burning in the ignorant night, and saw upon her mighty visage fall a ray prophetic of the eternal sun. And early in the morning, I see the ray of the eternal sun falling upon the visage, the face of the night. I sat with the forest sages in their trance, living in the forest. I kept company with the sages who were in trance. There poured awaking streams of diamond light from them, streams of diamond light, awaking everyone whom they touched. They were pouring. I glimpsed the presence of the One in all. But with all that, but still there lacked the last transcendent power, and matter still slept empty of its Lord. There was one deficiency, one drawback, and that is, I did not realize Lord in matter. Everywhere else I could feel the divine presence, but matter still slept in its inconscience, empty of the presence of the Lord. The spirit was saved, the body lost and new. The spirit, the soul indeed was saved, but the body was lost, was dumb, lived still with death and ancient ignorance. The body was not saved. The body had to keep companionship with death and with the ancient ignorance. The inconscient was its base, the void its fate. That was till now. That's the one thing I have not realized, achieved. The inconscient is still the base of matter, and the empty void its ultimate fate. But then he says, but thou hast come. He addresses Savitri and tells, but thou hast come, and all will surely change. I shall feel the world mother in thy golden limbs, and hear her wisdom in thy sacred voice. The child of the void shall be reborn in God. Child of the void, matter, shall be reborn in God. My matter shall evade the inconscient trance. My body, matter, shall escape the trance grip of the inconscience. My body, like my spirit, shall be free. My body shall be free, even as my spirit is free. It shall escape from death and ignorance. All that because thou hast come, and all will surely change. And Savitri, musing, she is hearing, she is thinking deeply on what he is saying. And Savitri, musing still, replied to him, speak more to me, speak more, O Satyavan. Speak of thyself and all thou art within. Speak again more of thyself and all that thou art within thyself. I would know thee as if we had ever lived together in the chamber of our souls. I would like to know everything about you, not only externally, but what you are within, so that I would like to feel that we have lived together ever in the chamber of our souls together. Speak, go on speaking, she says, till a light shall come into my heart, and my moved mortal mind shall understand. Now my mind has been moved, but it has yet to understand. Go on talking. Speak till a light shall come into my heart, and my moved mortal mind shall understand. what all the deathless being in me feels. Deathless being in me, my soul feels, but my mind has yet to understand. It knows, my deathless being within knows, that thou art he my spirit has sought. Thou art the one who my spirit has been searching for. Amidst earth's groping visages and forms, across the golden spaces of my life, across the golden expanses, years of my life, amidst the various crowding forms and faces, thou art the one whom my spirit has sought, and my being knows it. And such a one, like a replying harp, as if she has played the strings and the harp plays, and such a one, like a replying harp to the insistent calling of a flute, as if her voice is the flute and the harp replies, answered her questioning, and let stream to her his heart in many colored waves of speech. He let speech come out in many colored waves and stream to her being. We shall take up the subsequent speech in our next session.